Guys, have you ever thought about who in the entire galaxy is so bad that even hell wouldn't want to host them? I'm talking about someone so reckless and wild that even Superman prefers to turn the other way when he sees him. Today, we're meeting the main man himself, Lobo. He's the last survivor of the planet Sarnia. But here's the kicker. He's the reason his entire race went extinct. He's a cigar-smoking space mercenary who rides his flying chopper across the galaxy, burning everything down for a few bucks or just for the hell of it. In this video, I'm going to tell you how this monster managed to massacre his entire planet's population in just one day. We're going to see what makes Lobo practically immortal. Even if you tear him to pieces, he just keeps coming back. So if you're looking for a story full of bloodshed, cursing, and space explosions, you're in the right place. Lobo doesn't care about the law or playing hero. He's just looking for trouble in a real fight. Like the video right now because we're diving straight into the most brutal part of the DC universe. Lobo is the guy who went to heaven and hell and trashed both places so hard they both officially banned him. Imagine a being with physical strength that rivals Superman, but has zero morals. He never backs down from a target, especially if there's a bounty on their head. In this video, I'll tell you about his past, his freaky powers, and his biggest brawls with the Justice League. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now because this is just the start of introducing the baddest merc in the galaxy. Ready to see how someone can be so bad even the devil is afraid of him? Let's get into the life story of this crazy mercenary. Here he is, Lobo, the biggest jerk in the entire comic world. Alright guys, let's see where this freak of nature actually came from and who unleashed this monster onto the comic world. Lobo first appeared in 1983 in issue number 9 of the Omega Man comic. His creators are two comic giants, Roger Slifer and Keith Giffen, who were looking for a different kind of anti-hero. Interestingly, Lobo was originally meant to be a parody of the overly serious, edgy heroes of that time, but he became so popular that he quickly turned into one of DC's main icons. Lobo was born on a planet called Sarnia, a place that used to be the actual paradise of the galaxy. Sarnians were a race that lived in peace and harmony and didn't even know what war was. But when Lobo was born, everything changed. Violence was in his blood from day one. They say when he was born, he was so vicious he mauled the doctor delivering him right then and there. The name Lobo in their local language means one who devours your entrails, and boy did it fit. In his teens, he decided he wanted to be the only Sarnian in the universe because he hated the rest of his race. So what did he do? He created a microscopic toxic plague and unleashed it on his entire planet. In one day, billions of Sarnians died in agony while Lobo sat there with his guitar playing a song to celebrate the destruction of his people. Now he was the last survivor, and not only was he not sad, he was proud of it. After that, he became a bounty hunter and mercenary, killing for money all across the galaxy. He has one personal rule. If he takes a contract, he sees it through to the end, and there's no way his target is escaping. Lobo is a mix of a hardcore metalhead, an outlaw biker, and a ruthless killing machine. He hit peak popularity in the 80s and 90s and earned the nickname the Main Man. He has chalk white skin, dark circles around his eyes, and always wears a thrashed leather jacket with a skull on the back. His space bike, which he calls the Space Dolphin, though it's more like a chopper, is the fastest thing in the galaxy. Lobo has no loyalty to any group. He's only loyal to himself and whoever pays the most. He even made a deal with death, and he caused so much chaos in heaven and hell that they literally scratched him off the list of the dead. Basically, there's no room for his soul in the afterlife, which is why he always comes back to the living world. His life story is full of contradictions. He's a killer who loves space dolphins and will murder anyone to protect them. Now that you know who this psycho is, it's time to get to the main part, his superhuman powers and freaky abilities. Okay guys, let's get into the juicy part. the powers and weaknesses of the main man. Get ready to have your minds blown. First off, Lobo is one of the strongest physical beings in the entire DC universe. His physical strength is on par with Superman. He has insane stamina and durability. Nukes, lasers, cosmic blasts, nothing scratches him. Lobo has an unbelievable healing factor, meaning if you cut off any part of his body, it just buds and grows back. Even if there's only a single drop of his blood left, he can regenerate his entire body from that one drop. He's practically immortal. He is extremely skilled in hand-to-hand combat and uses all kinds of weapons, from hooks and chains to massive space guns. Something a lot of people don't know is that Lobo has a weird genius for planning massacres. He's a genetic engineer. He built the plague for his own planet himself. Lobo can easily survive in space and doesn't need oxygen or a spacesuit. He has a superhuman sense of smell. He can track a target's scent from thousands of light years away. And I already mentioned the immortality because he made a deal with death to never let him die. But hey, every giant has a weakness, even if it's tiny. Lobo's biggest weakness is his pride and stubbornness. It's very easy to bait him into doing something stupid. He always sticks to his contracts, so if someone tricks him into signing one, it can be used against him. Lobo is obsessed with space dolphins, and if you hurt them, you'll experience his worst nightmare-level rage. Another thing, if you cut off a piece of him and toss it into acid to completely dissolve it, he can't regenerate from that piece. Or if there's a substance that shuts down his healing factor entirely, you might be able to stop him temporarily. But finding that kind of stuff in the galaxy is nearly impossible. His other weakness is lack of focus for long periods. He gets bored very easily and starts looking for new thrills. And of course, his addiction to space cigars. If you take his cigar away, he'll bring the world down on your head. But overall, Lobo is a being that even for the strongest heroes, defeating him is a real deal challenge. All right, folks, let's talk facts that prove Lobo answers to no one. First mind-blowing fact, Lobo once challenged the entire gods of Olympus and slaughtered them just for kicks. He also had a legendary crossover brawl with Deadpool, where it became clear Lobo is even more of a psycho and a loudmouth than Deadpool. You should also know that Lobo once killed Santa Claus because of a contract. Yes, you heard that right. He teamed up with the Easter Bunny and cut Santa's head off. In his fights with Superman, Lobo has always been a serious threat. He once proved he has no sense of sportsmanship by biting Superman's ear off. Another weird fact, Lobo caused so much trouble in heaven that the angels begged him to go back to Earth and promised him eternal immortality just to get rid of him. But if you want to read the best stories of this merc, don't miss these 5 comics. My first recommendation is Lobo the Last Sarnian, where you see the massacre of his planet and his brutal roots. Second is Lobo's Back, the story showing how he trashes heaven and hell after dying. Third is the epic brawl in Injustice, Gods Among Us Year 1, where Lobo is hired to hunt down the dictator Superman. Fourth is the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special, that famous, ridiculous story where he goes after Santa. And the last one is Lobo Convention Special, which is a great parody of comic fan culture. In his fights with Batman, Lobo always calls him the Rodent and thinks Batman is just a rich guy who takes himself too seriously. He even joined the Justice League once, but only because Batman bought him off to use his destructive power against others. Lobo has his own made-up language full of space curses that nobody but him understands. He even fought the Green Lanterns once and crushed a power ring with his bare finger just to show he doesn't give a damn about their willpower. Lobo's power is so legit that even Darkseid prefers not to fight him directly because he knows Lobo won't stop until he's torn him apart. He loves heavy metal and says the sound of exploding stars is the best music he's ever heard. Lobo proved that even in the dark world of DC, you can be a space serial killer and still be a fan favorite. In short, guys, Lobo has proven that to be a badass, you don't necessarily have to be a hero or follow the law. Sometimes you just need a space bike, a bloody chain, and a bad attitude. Now you tell me, If Lobo were to take a contract to hunt one of the superheroes, who would you want the target to be? Batman or Superman? Let me know in the comments. Thanks to all of you for sticking around until the end of this wild video. If you like these anti-hero types, make sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Until the next video and another adventure in the infinite world of comics, take care of yourselves and bye for now.